Welcome to episode 6. I've built an add-on for the cobblestone generator and stone generator that we did in the last episode. Now, this is kind of stretching the limits of a survival-friendly build. This is a very, very resource-heavy build. Lots and lots of torches, lots and lots of repeaters. Not too bad on the redstone, though. We will need a slime block and some redstone blocks. The redstone blocks you get pretty easy, but you're going to have to collect some slime balls and make a slime block. Now that the slimes form on the surface in swamps, those are quite a bit easier than they used to be. This build is not, repeat, not console compatible. The current consoles right now do not have a slime block, so you cannot use this bud switch. If you build an alternate bud switch, then this will work. So the way this works, we have temporarily I shut down the cobblestone output of this. I just broke the line over here so it won't push any more cobblestone out. The way this works is same as before. It generates stone, and when it gets out here again, it's going to push it horizontally here. But after it fills this row all the way out, right now it's going to trip this bud switch as soon as this column completes, and then the bud switch senses a new block here, and when it does, it triggers this line here, and this is a debounce circuit right here. I'll explain that later. And then it feeds power into this first set of repeaters, which echoes it right down the line here, and those feed power to the piston floor here, and it pushes the blocks all up by one. So you will have a 11 by 12 by 13 cube of stone by the time it's completely full. As you can see, it's actually a mirror from what's over there, but it works exactly the same. So we have input rail here coming in. The switch here is going to simulate the bud switch over there, and I'll explain the bud switch as well. The repeaters feed power along here, and when they do, they extinguish this row of torches here, and then since those are extinguished, that triggers these inverters here, which then power here and here, and that will feed power to the entire floor. So very easy. Here is a single setup here. The first rows of it, see, and it's very, very easy to construct the additional rows. There we go. And we need to face the repeaters in the same direction so they carry the power to the next row. Like that. And then we need the torches to lift the signal. And then we have the inverter row. Like so. And then those are going to power which is in the middle. And these are just standard pistons. We don't need sticky pistons for this one. And you simply repeat from the repeaters, the lifting row, then the inversion row here, and you simply repeat this series right here, adding 2 more rows of pistons per set of repeaters. So what we need is and it has to be a sticky piston, the slime block, a redstone on top, and over there I used a redstone block here. Now whenever any one of these blocks around the piston base here change, you can see it fires either by placing blocks or by breaking blocks. So this can be used to, find out if your sugar cane grew, or someone broke a block, or you could use it as a key, sticking a block on the wall to open the door, etc. And in our case, we're using it for when the stone is being pushed horizontally. As soon as the stone gets pushed against this piston, it triggers a signal out. I'll show you here. A little bit of redstone. There we go. Oops, I'm sorry. Need have it over one. There we go. Now, when the block appears, that redstone block breaks the circuit briefly, and we're simply using a inverter to then turn it back off again. So when it gets down at the bottom, it's in an off state. So you can see it pulse on when the block appears. So that's how the bud works. Just like we had over there, we have the hotline here and the inverter, and so the signal is off now. And since we were going so far, I had to put a repeater in line. And then we come over here, and this is nothing more than a simple AND gate right here. So this signal line and this signal line have to be on for the output to come on. And the output comes down and feeds into the redstone here, which triggers all the ripple effect of all the pistons. Now, why we need this is if we didn't have that in place, that AND gate and the feedback from the last row here, what would happen is you would get an update as soon as the block is placed here, and then the piston would come up, pushing all the blocks up, and the bud fires a second time, and that signals the wave of pistons under here to fire again, and thus triggering the bud again, and you have an endless loop of these things constantly going up and down, up and down, up and down. So what we do to prevent that second pulse that you're going to get anyway, what we did is we added a repeater on a 2-tick delay here, coming off of the last row of repeaters. So we have an input signal here, and we have a delay here, a delay here, a delay here, a delay here, etc., 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 all the way down here. And this 2-tick delay here through the inverter adds the correct amount of delay And since it's through an inverter, when the last row fires to lift the pistons up here, this line turns off. So remember I said this was an AND gate? Both lines have to be on for the output to be on. Well, while that last row is in a raised state, this line is going to be off. So at that same time, when this piston is raised, that bud's going to fire again the second time and turn this line on. But since this line is going to be off, that pulse from the bud switch doesn't get passed to the input of the matrix here again. So it prevents the double hit from the bud switch over here. So that's the basics of it. I'm not going to go into building the entire array in this video. I showed you how to build the bud switch here and how to build the initial array here. So it's just a row of redstone, row of repeaters, blocks with torches on top, and then the very first set above that is a row of blocks with inverters on each side and torches on top. So there will be torches on three sides on this set of blocks. These blocks feed power to this row of pistons, these to this row of pistons, these torches to this row of pistons. The next set is another set of inverters, one block, one row of torches, one row here with the inverters facing away from the input over here. So you can't put them on this side. So you have the block here, and it will and all the rows further down only have torches on the side and on the top. And again, torches on the top feed this piston. This block gets power from the piston or from the torch on the side here and feeds this piston. So you can see here it's just a copy, 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 copy. Same thing over and over and over and over. So you will need to set up. Now you can't put it all the way against here because this torch, oh, perfect timing. This torch that is used to power the block here, that is the horizontal pusher right here, would trigger this one piston here, and it would block this entire row. So you have to space this matrix one block away from that torch. So you can see there's a one block space between the torch and the rows of pistons there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you've got 11 rows of pistons by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an 11 by an 11 grid of pistons. And I know it's a lot of pistons, I get it. And then the bud switch sits on the side over here, and this block is completely optional. And we're using this space right in here. This is where it's detecting the stone as it progresses, fills up down here, all the way down here, and as soon as that last spot right here fills, this will fire and then trigger the matrix. So it'll go 13 high. So 11 times 11 times 13. So that's a lot of stone. So anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching.